Too often, I see athletes who want to get faster and improve their speed, but don't have the proper sprinting mechanics to do so. In this video, I will be sharing different sprint drills that have helped me as an Olympic athlete get faster and improve my speed over the years. If that sounds interesting to you, keep watching. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Cindy Sember. I am a 3-time Olympian and I have been doing a series on this channel called How to Get Faster in 2025. You guys seem to be liking it and I'm enjoying making it. So in today's video, we are going to be adding to the series and discussing sprint drills and different things you can be doing to help you improve your speed. I know for a fact that my drills have been such a huge thing for me when it comes to getting faster in my sprinting, in my hurdling, whatever that is. And I want to talk a little bit about that today so that that can help you hopefully do the same. So let's get right into which drills you should be doing and how you can be doing it. So before you start your drills or anything on the track, you want to make sure you have a good warm-up. So when you first get to the track, you want to make sure you're at least jogging a lap or making sure your legs feel warm. So if you want to do 400 meters of running just to get your legs nice and warm and loose, that will be ideal before starting any of these drills. You also want to do some type of activation. So I like to do leg swings and stretches. So you want to make sure that's what you're doing as well before you get to starting these. The first drill that will be really helpful for you if you are trying to get faster this year are quick high knees. Why are these drills good for you? These drills will help you improve your lower body strength, your coordination, and your overall speed. They will help you with your agility and you will also enforce power. So it will kind of mimic what you do on the track when you are running. So just starting this off with just getting the motions right, making sure your knees are getting really high, but doing it in a fast motion will really help replicate what you need to be doing and how you will be getting a lot faster on the track. It also enhances proper running mechanics and proper running motion so that you're used to what it looks like at your top end speed or whatever that is. So you want to make sure you are working on this for about 30 meters. So it's about 20 high knees on each leg. So I like to do is I'll start at the start line and I'll put a cone about 30 meters ahead of me and I'll just do my high knees to those, take a second and do them back. And this is going to be very similar for all the rest of the drills to get your legs really primed and really ready. So the next drill that I want you guys to think about and start working on are A skips. So A skips are a really good drill. They're very similar to the high knees. So you're still doing a very similar motion, but they're a little bit slower. So what are the benefits of doing A skips? A skips reinforce proper hip and knee lift, and they also improve your front side mechanics. The A refers to the initial drive and the upward motion of the leg. So I really like doing A skips because it is very similar to the high knee. It's a little bit slower, but it helps you really get that knee high. So doing this helps me to focus on my knee lift when I'm actually in the middle of my race. And so if you are working on getting those hip flexors really flexible, then this is gonna be a really good drill to work on. A very similar drill to the A skip are B skips. Essentially, this drill is similar in the sense that you're going to be doing the A skip, but then you're also going to be extending your leg out. So it's pretty much the same thing, but you're bringing your leg up and out. And that's a really good motion too, because that circular motion is another motion that you want to work on when you are running on the track or the course or wherever you're running and you want to get faster. That's going to help that cadence, that's going to help that rhythm, and they both really do help with sprint mechanics. Other benefits of B skip include it enhances your push off phase and it builds explosive power. It also helps you with driving your knee high like the A skip, but it also helps you with that top end speed in the middle of the race. That's gonna help you accelerate and get faster, or it's gonna help you accelerate and feel faster because you're not necessarily accelerating towards the end of your race, but you're holding that speed together as you continue to progress through the race. Both of these drills will help you with your rhythm and your timing, and they'll just get your explosive power together. Once you start doing these consistently, they are going to help you out so much and you're gonna feel so good. So the next drill I wanna discuss are straight leg bounds. So what are straight leg bounds? Essentially, these are drills where you're literally gonna look kind of like I don't even know, somebody who's in the military and doing a similar motion, but essentially this helps with the ground contact force. It allows for quicker turnover and it also leads to faster times. So this allows you to get that speed and it really helps you with your foot positioning, and it's just really helpful of a drill. And I like doing this one right after I do the A and B skip because my legs are now warm and now I'm doing this next one that kind of gets me even more fast. It enhances your sprinting form by working on your dorsiflexion, and so you're keeping your toes pointed up as you do this drill, and you're kind of just working on keeping your legs in this similar fashion. And so it helps you with your posture, it helps you with dorsiflexion, it helps get, your feet on and off the ground quicker. And so I like this drill because it does make me feel a lot faster on the track. Improves your foot recovery by placing your foot directly under your hips. So doing this will help you, with that motion of accelerating and getting your force together so that you do feel faster. It's just a good one to incorporate into your sprinting. So the next one I want you guys to think about are fast leg drills. And so the fast leg drill is essentially a straight leg bound and an A skip put together. Essentially, if they had a baby, this is what this drill would be. And so I like this one because it's essentially working on everything I just told you guys about with the A skip and the straight leg, and you're putting it together. And so it's straight leg, A skip, straight leg, A skip. And so I like this one because it kind of just continues to reinforce those mechanics, and it gets you a lot faster, and it also helps with coordination. So if the other two were a little bit hard, this one might be a little bit harder because you're putting them together. But if you can get them together, that coordination will help you with your speed. And once you're on the track, you don't want to think about, being coordinated, your balance, your posture, and working on that coordination up front will help you to just kind of do it effortlessly once you start to run. And so that's why I really like this drill, because it just helps me feel fast, but it gives me a rhythm that essentially helps me when I'm back on the track and trying to get faster. Another drill that you can start incorporating today are lunges. So this is a drill that I will do in my sprint drills, and I like lunges because it gives a really good stretch. As you can imagine, when you lunge, you're stretching, so it's helping those hip flexors, those hamstrings, those quads. It's stretching all of them, but not only stretching them, it's also strengthening them. So doing this in a walking lunge motion is giving you more strength, and strength equals power, and power equals speed. And so this is a really good drill to start incorporating. I will do about 20 meters of this. Although it might get you to be a bit sore, the more you do it, the more your body will get used to it, and it'll feel a lot easier to do. So some of the benefits of lunges include, it helps rapidly build explosive power. It can help you increase your flexibility and stability. It's also just essential for sprinting fast. It can also improve your core strength and your glutes, getting you to run fast. So that's really helpful to overall speed and strength. So definitely incorporate those lunges if you can. So something runners forget about when they're running is your arms. And I think that's something I've had to work on throughout the years, is working on my arm swing and what that looks like and how that functions in my running motion. And something I will do sometimes, it's not an everyday thing or every day we do drills thing, but I will work on my arm motions. So sometimes you can sit down and you can literally sit there and work on what this will look like. But essentially, you don't want your elbows to be out. You want them to be kind of parallel, and you want them to be kind of close to your rib cage. And you want to work on getting those arms nice and swinging. That will help you kind of mimic what you're going to do when you're trying to sprint fast. If you're wasting motion with your arms all over the place and you don't have that stability, then you're gonna have slower times, unfortunately. And so really working on those arms will get you to run faster. And so you can do this while you're walking. So sometimes you can just do walking arm swings. You can do a quick arm swing just standing. You can also do isolated arm swings, which means you're sitting on the ground and you're doing them. But obviously this is just gonna help you really get faster by putting, the arms together with the legs. Before doing arm swings, maybe at the end of my drills, I'll just do a quick side shuffle and just, get my arms nice and warm that way. So in the side shuffle, I will just, raise my arms up and down, and that gets me nice and warm to get those arms moving properly. I personally have had a shoulder issue, and so the shoulder issue can lead to my arms not always feeling the most warm. And so doing the shuffle will help, get those arms nice and ready so that when you are ready to, run fast, your arms are ready to go with you. The next thing I want you guys to think about doing are 3-point stance starts. So I do this sometimes in my warm-ups, and they're really helpful because they help me focus on my first few steps out of the blocks or my acceleration phase. And so what you want to do is you want to get down in a 3-point stance position, and you want to put most of the pressure on your front forward leg. So whatever leg you like to lead with will be the foot that you put back. And so you're gonna have, essentially your starting position, but you're not all the way to the ground. You're just kind of leaning with one arm, and all your pressure's on that forward foot. And you're gonna accelerate for 3 steps and really be powerful in those first 3 steps, because that's gonna replicate when you're coming out of the blocks. And so I'll do this, I'll do a couple, I'll take a couple walks in between, and I'll do a couple more. And I'll do this down for about 30 meters. And this is a really good way to warm your legs up because it's building that explosive memory. And so this is a good way to warm up your legs, warm up those muscles that are gonna run fast and be prime movers for your sprints. And it's really getting your knees to drive and lift as well. It also helps you work on your arm swing as well. So I recommend incorporating this probably towards the end after you do all the drills I just told you about. You want to start doing this because it requires you to be a little bit more warm. So you want to do this maybe towards the end of the warm up, but still do it nonetheless. Another drill that is really helpful to incorporate is karaoke. So it can help you with high knees as well, but it's helping you do it, you know, sideways. And so I like to do the karaoke or karaoke. I don't know, people call it different things, but I like to do it with a high knee lift. So, you know, you're kind of shuffling your legs together and then you lift your knee. And so you're doing that in a repetitive motion for about 30 meters as well. Everything's about 30 meters. And I like this because it's generating that force of the muscles on the side of your body. And it's also, you know, just getting everything warm, everything ready, and incorporating that high knee also reinforces lift as well. The last thing that I recommend you guys start incorporating to get faster, and it's a drill that you can start doing, are flying starts. And so essentially flying starts are accelerations from slow to fast. And you just want to start off a little bit slow, but this helps just get your muscles ready before kind of going all out. It pretty much incorporates everything you worked on in your drills and reinforces it on the track before putting spikes on and going all out 100%. And so you start off the first 10 meters, you want to be slow, and then you want to go down and you want it to get faster and faster and faster until you hit about 30 to 40 meter mark that you're doing. And so I personally will do these for a little bit more, so about 40 to 50 meters, because sometimes you start off so slow that you don't really get to your speed until about 30 meters. So I'll do this for 40, 50 meters, and this gives me a good warm up and it helps me feel ready to sprint when it's time. And so I recommend doing about 4 of these. So yeah, starting from the start line and going to about 50 meters and just doing that about 4 times will help you kind of put it all together and feel good so that you can kind of keep working on the things I just shared about and the things that are gonna help you feel faster. I hope talking about some of these drills helped you guys, and honestly just seeing them, I know it's really helpful to kind of see what they look like so that you know what you need to be doing. But I hope kind of discussing and explaining the purposes of doing these drills helped you to know why and what will help you to get faster. I recommend, you know, doing these pretty much before every workout if you can. I warm up doing these every day. Once I do all these drills, I feel really ready to go. I put my spikes on and I'm ready to go sprint, or I'm ready to go hurdle, or I'm ready to go do some plyometric work, which is like more bounding and stuff. It's a good way to get your body warm, but it's also a good way to replicate what you're about to do so that you feel ready to do it. So I hope that helps. And you also want to make sure you're cooling off. I know I didn't really talk much about it in this video, and we could talk more about recovery and everything in a different video if that's something you're interested in. But you want to make sure once you finish all of this, you cool the body off, because it does get pretty warm from doing it, and you don't want to just kind of like do it and then end it. I hope this is helpful, and if it is, comment down below a drill you like to do or what's helping you get faster. I'm sure other people would love to see that. I have found that incorporating these have made a huge difference in my career as an Olympic athlete, and I think it can do the same for you. So give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I will be adding more to the series if you guys find it useful, and I will see you guys in another one. Make sure to go back and watch the other videos if you haven't yet. See you guys soon. Bye.